Welcome to another episode of Buy and Sell with Lyndsay and Miguel. I'm Miguel.
And I'm Lyndsay.
In today's episode, we're going to talk about the main differences between condos and apartments. So, Lyndsay, what's the difference?
Yeah, so the condos are going to be individually owned by a single owner, and then the apartment buildings are going to be owned, operated by a big management company. So what would you say one of the biggest differences is?
For both?
Yeah.
So I would say that one of the biggest differences is definitely the breakdown in payments. So a lot of the times apartments are breaking down, the trash, the utility bills, whether it be electricity, gas, internet, cable, water, and they're going to charge you for all of those separately. And condos, a lot of the times that's included into the condo fee, which is already paid for by the owner or landlord.
That's huge.
Yeah. So the apartments, it's going to look like they're, offering you a better rate, but they may be nickeling and diming you on the back end with taxes and fees. For example, parking in condos is included most of the time, whether it be one or two spots. A lot of storage bins are also conveying with most condo rentals. In apartments, you're going to have to pay for parking separately. In Arlington, we see it's pretty typical for it to be anywhere from $100 to $250 a month per parking spot.
Yeah, that's crazy. Especially if it's two people living in a place and you're both paying $150 a month. That's crazy.
Yeah. So the apartment and rental market in Arlington is pretty crazy right now. We had a bunch of apartments just go up, and they're all competing with each other, and they're all offering a bunch of different interests and incentives. So, Lyndsay, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so like Miguel said, there's a ton of new buildings in the area right now. We're seeing a lot of 1 month free, 2 month free specials. Some of them are offering 6 months free parking. Things like that. You have to keep in mind, that does sound great on paper, but sometimes their rental prices are a little higher than the condo prices already. So you're getting 2 months free, but overall you might still be paying more. Sometimes with those specials, you're also getting, there's restrictions involved. So you might have to sign for 15 months. So you're getting 2 months free, but they're making you sign for a longer lease. I've also had some clients tell me that they signed an apartment where they got that special, the 2 months free, and they had to break their lease for whatever reason, and they ended up having to pay back those concessions to the company because they were breaking their lease. So not only did they have to pay a lease breaking fee, but they also had to pay back their rental concessions, which is a ton of money, especially in this area.
Yeah.
So definitely pros and cons to both when it comes to that. Can you use an agent to find an apartment, or?
So I'm glad you asked. Agents can only help you find a condo, and this is coming free of cost to the tenant. So actually the listing agent who is representing the landlord in this transaction is going to be splitting their commission with the tenant agent. So if you're looking to rent a condo, you have representation completely free.
Yeah, and then they'll be the ones showing you the places. They'll help negotiate the lease for you. All in all, it just helps you in the end. And then, so biggest things I would say, the parking included for the condo is huge. Having some of your utilities included, also huge. So you're saving money right there. The fact that you get to work with one person, especially if you're building a relationship with that person, they're probably going to be a lot more flexible and lenient. If something bad were to happen to you financially, they might be a little bit more understanding. Or if you were a great tenant for that whole year and you want to re-sign, the odds that they're going to increase your rent aren't very high as long as you are a great tenant. They're not like these big management companies who are looking at the overall inventory. If they were at 97% occupancy, then they're going to charge you a lot to re-sign that lease. Whereas the individual owners, they don't look at that and they don't care about that. So at the end of the day, it's all about your connection with them, which is huge.
Exactly. Yeah, so if you guys have any more questions about rentals, whether it be apartments or condos, we're always here to help. Feel free to reach out to us at any time.
Of course. As always, guys, buy and sell with Lyndsay and Miguel.